Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back here to another episode on the Beyond Dusk SMP. Today we're going to be finishing off the castle behind us there, going ahead and finishing off all the exterior and potentially even getting some more terraforming done on the cliffside just here, at least getting this front side here nice and polished up. But as you guys can see, we have some netherite ingot in our hands and we still have a diamond sword and a diamond axe that we're going to go ahead and convert right now. Go ahead and chuck our sword in there, convert that one, and our axe as well. Okay, so I think the only thing we have left now is our other pickaxe and a shovel. So there's not too many things we need to go ahead and finish off, but I'm sure we can smash that out at some other point. But let's go ahead and cruise up this way and we can have a look at the only areas that we need to finish off. So I've gone ahead and changed off a few of these little watchtowers. I've changed that one to like a circular one. I've left this one square. I think it's going to look pretty interesting having the two different types rather than being symmetrical again like these two towers just here. But I know I was saying that I was going to use this area here for the storage room, but I've since changed my mind, and I'm just going to be having this here as a room. I don't know exactly what I'm going to put in there, but I'm going to be putting the storage system all underground here. So the way it was not really going to work, and I kind of wanted to have full automation so I didn't have to sort out anything or manually do anything. So on here obviously I have pretty much unlimited space, so I'm going to be putting like a secret little passage, I guess, that I can fly through either in this room over here, or I'm going to make this fountain here in the middle maybe a little bit bigger so I can just come flying straight down through there and it's easy to come in and out of without any dramas. So I'm going to go ahead and start smashing out the rest of this building over here, and I'll see you guys once I'm done. So to start off, obviously we're going to be using that stone and stone brick layout throughout this section of the build as well. But I wanted to change the roof up a little bit. So normally we've been going with that deep slate roof with the spruce outline, but for this one here I wanted to go with a spruce roof and a deep slate outline. Now I want to add a little bit of an interesting peak here at the front here, just kind of add up and change up the shape just a little bit. And then detailing the roof here was actually quite a challenge to try and make it not look so flat and boring. So I went ahead and added some walls on the side there and the top as well. And then I went ahead and added a similar design over to like where our throne room is with the window designs. So I added in a few of those and added a few more streaks of the deep slate throughout the roof there, just to kind of break up that texturing a little bit more, as the spruce wood just kind of all blends together and it kind of looks a bit plain and boring. Now here working on the front, it still looks a little bit flat here, so I decided to go ahead and pop out that front and kind of continue on that little bit of a pattern that we had going on for the other sections of the buildings. And then started working on some of the tower sections here, getting those in carved and cutting out the roof that I needed to. For this tower here on the left hand side, I wanted to go ahead and start with a full deep slate tower here at the base anyways, so I went ahead and used a couple different variations of the deep slate tiles there. And then coming up for the tower itself, I used tough blocks and andesite. I just kind of wanted to change up the build a little bit and use some different variations, and we topped that off there with a copper cap as well, just to tie in with that copper theme and kind of bring it into a little bit more of the other areas of the castle. Finishing off with a little bit of detail here, adding in a few window sills, we go ahead and jump over to the other side with the other round tower. We're going with our diorite and smooth diorite kind of blend there in the middle, just mixing it up with some stone on the top there and deep slate cap to finish it off. Now I forgot to record the changing of the actual dirt and the coarse dirt in the middle there, but I went ahead and did that. I think it would kind of look a better theme, I guess, in the middle of the castle. Just working on a little bit of a horse stable just here as well. Just kind of felt like it kind of needed it to be there, and then added in a few more different decorations and buildings, kind of different add-ons and stuff around the place as well. I think I'm going to be adding a few more of these eventually, but for now that's kind of all I've done so far. And as I said, I wanted there to be a fountain in the middle, so I thought I'd go ahead and start with a rough design. Whether or not we keep this in the future, I'm not 100% sure, but this is kind of what I came up with, and I kind of like the positioning of it and the area it holds as well. So here we have it, guys. The castle is basically finished for like the majority of it, I suppose. We only really have to do interior, and I think I'm still wanting to do a few more like design touch-ups around the place, but for the moment I think it's all looking pretty good, and I'm quite happy with the way it all turned out. It's probably definitely the biggest consecutive building, with different components, and like I think it's actually like my first castle build I've actually gone ahead and done, especially in a survival world anyway. So it's really cool to actually see it all finished up and like kind of pretty much done, and just keen to do all the interior here. As I said before, I wanted at least a fountain here in the middle, so I went ahead and designed up like a little quick feature just here. I don't know if this is going to stay for the whole time, or like if I want to make it a bit more grand or a bit more special. Like it looks a little plain at the moment, but I was just kind of getting a feel for the way it would turn out. As I said, I think in a couple episodes ago that I might put the beacons coming up through the middle here, so I'm gonna have to make a different design there, so maybe some wall blocks or something, so then the actual laser can shoot all the way through. But yeah, it's pretty much finished. I think I should have a flyby. Let's have a quick cruise around and see how this place looks. Alright, so let's give this world a quick little bit of a fly around with no shaders on, just to see how everything looks. And honestly, I still think it looks pretty cool even without the shaders on. But obviously I do prefer the shaders. This makes things look a little bit nicer. But let's go ahead and switch those back on and check out the castle with it on. But there we have it, guys. Everything is looking pretty nice and smick, if I do say so myself. Yeah, as I said, I am really happy with the way all of this turned out. It was quite an interesting time trying to get this last building here to work cohesively, I guess, with the others, just with kind of like the style I went with. Like obviously it's still the same, but going with that wooden roof and trying not to make it seem so flat, it definitely took up a lot of time trying to get that looking a little bit more interesting. And it really annoys me that this isn't centered either, but it is what it is. What can I do? So we'll see how we all go with the rest of the designs there, guys. But I think I might go ahead and wrap this one up. So if you have enjoyed this one at all, don't forget that like button, subscribe, and the notification bell, all that good stuff. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next episode. Later.